Hey guys, Emily from Foodbox HQ here. Today we're talking about Tiller & Hatch. Tiller & Hatch makes easy, ready-to-cook pressure cooker meals that you can store in your freezer. So let's see what's inside our box. Alrighty, so once you open up your box, you'll have a little welcome card, tells you a little bit about Tiller & Hatch. On the other side, it does tell you what to do while unpacking your box, as well as, some new recipes that they might have. They do pack with dry ice, so just be careful. We do have some insulation here. This is the plant-based starch insulation, so this can just be dissolved in water, which is really cool. That way there's a little bit less waste. And then the good stuff. So we've got a couple of different meals here. This is a meal for two, and this is chicken tikka masala, so we've got two of those. This is another two-person meal for barbecue beef chili. We have a four-person meal of chicken tortilla stew, another family-sized chili mac, and last but certainly not least, a family-sized farfalle pasta with marsala sauce and chicken. So let's get organized and talk a little bit more about how it works. So Tiller & Hatch is a monthly subscription service. Every 4 weeks, you'll get all of your meals delivered to your door. You can get between 4 and 8 meals a month, and you can just store them in your freezer for whenever you need them. They work with chefs to make sure that everything is nutritionally balanced, and they really strive to make sure that those ingredients are whole and hearty and feel just as home cooked as it would be if you spent an hour and a half in the kitchen, but you only have to spend about 15 minutes. So we'll be making the barbecue beef chili. So we'll just follow these instructions that are on the back here. We'll be using an Instapot. That's the type of pressure cooker that we have, but you can use whatever kind you'd like. I know that's probably one of the more popular ones these days. Instructions are pretty simple here. It's basically just adding water and selecting a specific type on your pressure cooker. So let's get the Instapot out and get cooking. Alrighty, so we've got everything set up now. So the first thing we're gonna do is add half a cup of water to the pressure cooker. Pour that in. And then it says to defrost the sauce packet by massaging it or holding it under warm water. So I've already done that just to cut down a little bit of time here. Snip that open, and then it says to pour that also into the pressure cooker. Drop that in there. Try to get as much of it as we can. So then it says add the rest of the bag contents to the pressure cooker. So pour all that in. And lastly, we select the meat stew setting. So first let's get that top on, lock it, hit meat stew, and it says to set it for 4 minutes. And then we just leave it. So then when the timer goes off, we're gonna vent the pressure cooker and then let it sit for another 4 minutes. And then it should be done. So let's see how it goes. Now it's time for a taste test. Got a little bit of beef, a little bit of beans. I don't think I've ever had a barbecue chili before. That is delicious. The beef is still very tender. It's not dry. It's falling apart. This is delicious. Wow. And it's really hearty with all of those beans. And that has some really great flavor. All right, I'm gonna go stuff my face with this, but I'll see you in a little bit for some final thoughts. All right, so just a quick wrap up for Tiller & Hatch. Pressure cooking has kind of come back in recent years. I think it was very, very big back in the day, but a little bit unsafe. I personally never really understood how to use a pressure cooker. Like, we've had this Instapot for over a year now, and to be perfectly honest, I don't really use it that often. I didn't quite understand how everything works together. It felt like more work than was needed. But with Tiller & Hatch, this makes it so easy. It's just putting everything in the pot, turning it on, and just letting it go. And something that's really cool about pressure cookers is it locks in all of that flavor. So it's really, really flavorful, does not taste frozen. It doesn't even taste mushy or anything that you might expect from a frozen meal. I know when you use a microwave, it gets kind of like that, but you avoid that with a pressure cooker. So this makes it really delicious. You've got a nice balance, you've got a lot of hearty meal to it, and it's a lot in just that little package. I will say on their website, they probably have a little bit less variety than we're used to when it comes to food boxes, but that's the first chili of its kind that I've ever had. Granted, I'm not a huge chili eater, so I've never really experimented with it too much, but that barbecue sauce in there was delicious. It's not something I would have thought to ever do, but it gave a really, really nice flavor to it, and all of that was really well maintained, even though it was frozen. So this takes the guesswork out of your weeknight meals, right? It makes things super easy. You can get a ton of time back. So if you're looking for something super easy, super quick, and delicious, click the link below and check out Tiller and Hatch.